Hi, welcome to Lovely Cooks Delicious Eats. Today we're going to be making spaghetti with meatballs. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So let's just get right into it. This is my ground chicken. I am using ground chicken for today. I already have salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, and oregano that I've sprinkled into this bowl already, along with my vegetable blend. To this, I'm going to add this mixture. All it is onion, garlic, and the bottoms of the mushroom caps that I've minced up in the food processor. We're going to put that in here. And this is just going to add extra flavor. To that, I'm going to add 2 eggs. Don't worry about them being whole because you are going to get into it with your hands to mix it all up. To that, this is the green seasoning that I talk about in my videos that we make at home. So that is a mixed blend. If you are interested in knowing how to make this, just comment down below and I will be happy to share that video with you. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. To that, I'm going to add breadcrumbs. And these are just panko breadcrumbs that I have at home. That looks about right. And then you're going to want to get into it with your hands because we're going to be making meatballs. So you're going to want to mix everything very well together. Okay, so it's now all mixed well. As you can see, I'm going to let this rest for about 15 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to wash my hands and then I'm going to walk you through my ingredients for my sauce. Okay, so let's walk through the ingredients for the sauce. To start, I'm going to be using Primo Thick and Zesty. And then I have, this is my onion and mushrooms, salt. This is the vegetable blend. This is oregano, Italian seasoning, black pepper, my homemade garlic that I mince up and put in this jar, and then my ginger garlic paste. And I do put sugar in my sauce, like I said in my lasagna video, because that helps with the acidity from the tomatoes and not getting heartburn. So let's get started, guys. Okay, so now we're gonna get ready to form our meatballs. If you want, you can use a spoon. I'm just gonna go in with my hands. And if you see here, I do have some marbled cheese that I'm going to stuff in the center of some of the meatballs. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit. And I did forget to tell you that in the blend that I had with the onion, the garlic, and the onion, garlic, and the bottoms of the mushrooms, I did have celery as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit in my hand like this. I'm going to take a piece of cheese. And I'm going to put it in the center, and I'm going to form my ball. Now I do have a surface ready to put them on. If I'm just going to do a regular meatball, my meatballs are going to be like fairly big. You just want to form them into nice sized balls that are good for you and your family. Use your discretion. So again, I'm just going to flatten out the surface. I'm going to stick in a piece of cheese. And then I'm going to roll it up and form it into my meatball. We'll do one more with you, and then I'll come back when I have them all done. If you think you took off too much, just take it off. So I'm going to go finish up making all these meatballs, and I'll be back once I'm done. Okay, so these are our meatballs, all ready for the sauce. And now we're going to get right into making our sauce. Okay, so the oil is nice and hot, so I'm going to start off with my onions. I'm going to let them soften before I go ahead and add in the mushrooms. Now, if you want to speed up this process, you just want to add a little bit of sprinkle of salt, which will help them to turn translucent faster. So I'm going to let these cook for about 3 minutes, because that's all it should really take. before it starts to really cook down, and then I'm gonna add in my mushrooms. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead with our garlic. I'm just gonna add to the pot, along with a little bit of ginger, half a teaspoon. It is just for flavor, as well adding in my mushrooms this time. Now I'm gonna want my mushrooms to get soft, so in that process, I'm going to add my oregano, my Italian seasoning, and I'm just sprinkling, I would say teaspoon to start, some black pepper, and I'm going to go in with a sprinkle of the vegetable blend. This is just going to add some flavor. Going to give it a good stir. And it already smells really good. So I'm going to mix this well, and I'm going to cover it because I want the mushrooms to kind of steam a little in all these flavors. And we'll be back. Okay, so it's been cooking for a few minutes. Like as you can see, if you could smell even just this, it smells so good. So to that, I'm now going to add my Primo. And into the can of Primo, I've just added some water just so that I get the rest of the sauce out. Gonna give it a mix. At this point, I'm going to add in my sugar. I'm going to let that come to a simmer, and then I'm going to add in my meatballs. Now, I don't pre-cook the meatballs because I want my meatballs to be infused with the sauce, and then the seasonings that are in these meatballs, I want that to infuse my sauce. So I'm going to add them in like this to my sauce once my sauce comes to a simmer. So last minute change of plans, I'm actually going to add in half this can of diced tomatoes that do have, it is pre-seasoned with herb and spice. It's looking lovely, it's smelling lovely. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay guys, I'm gonna start adding in my meatballs. So all you wanna do is your spoon's wet. Don't worry about cross-contamination because everything is going into the pot. You wanna just drop them in. Like I said, I don't pre-cook them because I want the seasonings from within my meatballs to infuse my sauce, and I also want the sauce to be infused with the meat. Drop them in. So I'll be back once everything comes to a boil. Okay guys, so it's been cooking for about 10 minutes. It's bubbling up, cooking together. Smells really good in here. I'm gonna leave it, let it cook for about an hour because I want it to be the best it can. Just take that in. It looks so delicious. As you guys can see, I do have my noodles cooking so that when my sauce is done, everything can finish it in about the same time. Okay, half an hour check. Take a look at that, guys. Meatballs are cooking nicely. Just give it a good stir, if you can see all the nice mushrooms, the tomatoes. Aren't you getting hungry? Get in the kitchen. But before you do, make sure you subscribe. Okay guys, so it's all done. Take a look at the sauce. The mushrooms and the tomatoes. The meatballs are fully cooked. It's been over about an hour now. Doesn't that look so delicious? Okay guys, Take a look at this. Doesn't that just look delicious? Our sauce, our meatballs. So now we're at the ending of our video. If you want to just take a look, there's our cheese inside our meatballs. Let's give it a taste, shall we? Get a bite of mushroom and tomato. It is super hot. Just break this in half. Super good, guys. So much flavor. Meatballs are so moist. Give it a try. Spaghetti with cheese stuffed meatballs. You saw it here. Lovely cooks, delicious eats. Make sure you subscribe.